Alright, boys. You guys know what time it is. It's time for some honest AEW figure news. This came to us courtesy yesterday, actually, through Ringside Collectibles. But we're going to be taking a look at more than just Ringside's page here, and I'll tell you why at the towards the end. But there's some weird stuff going on with the AEW line. First thing shown off, this was shown off at Chris Jericho's Rockin' Wrestling Rager during the major WFPI live show. We have Danhausen from Unrivaled 13. I do love the promo gear look, don't get me wrong. I think that's really freaking cool. Problem is, I think this head's going to be gigantic. Look at the way that it's sitting on the neck there. I don't think it's going to flow right. But it is Danhausen, and we will make our official judgment in person. These pins are huge. I don't know if their renders normally have huge pins. But if so, that's going to be a major drawback. Also, the articulation on the torso here is going to suck. Also, like Sideshow Customs here, so we'll go ahead and give them a like. It's looking a little thickhausen, to be honest. But we will see once we get the final product in hand. Let's go next to Unrivaled 13, Darby Allin. Finally, a new head scan. The hair on it looks weird, I will say that. But I'm excited to get that face. I want to see what that face looks like in person. And I did not notice this until this guy right here, Alex Pratt, mentioned it. This is a new torso for Darby. Whoa, hold on. He has two separate torsos on each image. Oh, God. There's what I mean about the issues with Jazzwares. He has the normal torso here. The arms look to be, like, bigger than normal. But here, he's showing like a Kenny Omega torso, almost. Anyway, we'll see what this looks like once we get it in hand. On to the next one, we have Butcher, one that I was looking forward to so much. I love Butcher and Blade. And, the head scan's alright. He's coming with sunglasses. He's going to have the gloved hand, the bare hand. All the tattoos, they look a little spread out on the torso. Same issue with the Supreme Malachi. So I'm anxious to get it. I know the articulation is going to suck just based off the thighs they chose and the torso. I know that's going to suck, which is a letdown because I love Butcher's look. But I am excited to get this, and we'll go on from there. I mean, hopefully it comes out better than, we'll see. I'm nervous. I really am nervous. We will see. I didn't recognize that tattoo on his leg. That's why I looked. But then we have the Blade, Braxton Stutter. The alternate head looks pretty freaking sick. And it's a plain figure. Honestly, it has plain gear. So, I mean, the head scan looks good. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't pinpoint the torso right off the bat. But, I mean, obviously we know the head's not going to look like this when it comes out, and we'll get into that in a minute. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm excited to get it, though, because I do love Butcher and Blade. The Bunny, this does not look like Bunny at all. Bunny has, like, big lips and big, like, anime eyes almost. So, it's kind of a letdown because that does not look like her. Like, we'll go right here to her page. She has big lips and she has big eyes. And the figure itself does not show that whatsoever. She does not have big lips. She does not have big eyes. So, that's kind of a letdown. I mean, you see people complaining in the chat about the faces. It's a letdown. It really is a letdown. But we'll go on to the next one. Sting appears to be a new head sculpt with the open mouth. The jacket, or the jacket is going to be cloth with the logo printed on the back, and I'm worried that it's going to stain. So, there's that. But we will see once we get it in hand. I don't know if this is going to be like the sleeveless. Nope, it has the long sleeves. So it's just like the other Sting figures, except it's going to have a cloth robe and maybe a new head. Also, the head looks gigantic. Wardlow, this gear looks amazing. We have the original head scan on the figure, and we have a new hair down screaming. The face appears to be the same as the other, with just a new hair down sculpt. I will compare it once we get them in hand, but it does appear that way. Also, it looks like they haven't changed any body parts on Wardlow, so the articulation is still going to be a little rough. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little tip. Swap the white Pinnacle boots that came with the Series 10 Wardlow onto this one, and you're going to have a chef's kiss version of Wardlow. Hopefully this paint job comes out as good in person, because I am worried. So we'll just have to see when we get it. Then that was Unmatched 13. Now we are on to Unmatched 8, Malachi Black. This was on my top 10 or top 11 most anticipated AEW figures of 2023. And it is the suited Malachi. This is how I want him, honestly, because I just picture him in his promos with Cody. This is going to look good. Obviously, they can't mess up the tattoos unless they mess it up on the neck, the head, or the hands. So I'm very excited about this figure and cannot wait to get it. No complaints on this yet, honestly. This is solid. And if the AEW heads don't cut it for you, you can put his Mattel head on here and have a suited Malachi. That looks very good. I'll give him that. Penta Oscuro. Let's see. It's the permanent entrance gear, which sucks because he had pretty cool ring gear up under this. The articulation is going to be rough because of the cut here in the diaphragm. The hips, I don't know if that's going to rotate too well or if that's going to be on there the same way that the Sting figure is, so it can't really come apart too well. He has the Cero Miedo hands, and it appears that he's not going to come with regular hands. He has the thick gauntlets. The head looks sick. You can put that Pentagon head on any of his other figures. And the bottom part appears to be just like his others. This one, I mean, it looks visually beautiful. This is very good, and I can see people using this for maybe his promos and matches with Vampiro from Lucha Underground. Definitely go check those out if you haven't, because holy heck, that was my first introduction to Pentagon, and I knew right then, I was like, yep, Pentagon's awesome. But I mean, this is gonna look sick regardless. It's just not gonna have the best articulation for figure photography. Buddy Matthews. So great head sculpt on here. I think Mattel dropped the ball on the head sculpt for Buddy Matthews, so I'm excited to get this. I'm anxious to see how the articulation in the thigh does, because the Mattel figures were crappy about that. I'm assuming this is going to be an alternate head with the mask on, so that looks pretty cool, and wow, those antlers are gigantic. But this figure is going to look good. I can't say anything bad about this Buddy Matthews. Very, very big fan of him, even from his time in NXT with Wesley Blake. So, very, very excited about this. Brody King. Here we go. I am hoping that this figure has great articulation. I am praying to God that this figure has good articulation, because Brody King has the unique look that's perfect for an action figure. Brody King's a very likable guy. I met him back at WrestleCade in Winston-Salem this past year. Very, very friendly guy. The main head looks great. The alternate head with the mask and the scarf and the antlers, everything looks good. All the tattoo, I'm worried that the tattoo details are not going to translate to physical figures, because the dude's got a lot. The hair sculpt is perfect on here. Everything about this figure is perfect. I'm just worried it's not going to come out looking this great, because whoever designed this needs a freaking raise. Look, this guy right here, I just know the designers are going through carpal tunnel, because, I mean, look at that. Also, we'll get to it in 1 second. Abaddon. This figure looks really good, honestly. I need to watch more Abaddon, because, like, it's just the face paint thing doesn't do much for me. But, like, the figure looks phenomenal, honestly. There's not much you could say about this one. And it comes with an alternate head. So that means they took the time to sculpt brand new body parts, new torso for her, and 2 new heads. So, who knows? Now, that is all for Unmatched 8. Notice that CM Punk in his Ring of Honor gear is missing from this line. Did it get canceled? Was it not shown off? We don't know. It definitely wasn't shown off, but did it get canceled? There's no way of knowing because Jazzwares has not been very transparent with their stuff so far. Unmatched Series 7, Pack. Nobody likes this. This looks terrible. The head scan is not it at all. Stick to the Mattel head scan. Stick to the Mattel figure. I think the articulation's better. I think the gear looks better. This just this isn't cutting it at all. There's nothing I can't say enough about that. Rey Fenix. The gear looks great. I'm a little worried that this is going to have the Santana issue from Series 4. Also, this is really, really shiny compared to the figures they've been putting out lately. So, I'm worried about that. The gear looks really good, though. It's great to get another Rey Fenix that's not stuck with, like, splayed out hands like the Series 6 was. And it's been a while since we got him, honestly. Up next, Pentagon. Red and black gear. This looks phenomenal. Let's be honest. It comes with the World Tag Team Championships. Weird that Phoenix doesn't come with it. No, this might be when Phoenix was injured. But then again, Pac doesn't come with it. Anyway, you get Death Triangle. And the figure looks really good. Hopefully he comes with an alternate hand so it's not stuck like that. Thunder Rosa. This head scan looks cheap. It looks really, really bad. I don't know if they just did away with the True Scan. I love this flag, honestly. The gear looks good. I don't know if they did away with True Scan and went back to painting or what, because it seems to be like 50-50 nowadays. Something about the head scans are really, really off. But the figure looks really good. Thunder Rosa is a terrific person to meet. And it'd be cool to get this one signed. Ooh, the yellow pins. That's going to suck. But the figure is pretty cool. Nonetheless, it's just the head throwing me off. Hook. Now. Hook. Before we get into that, LJN Series 7, Unmatched 7 CM Punk, not shown off either. So that's two incomplete sets due to CM Punk. Hook. This hair, weird, really weird. A lot of people are saying they've seen customizers do better heads. I agree. Hook's ears are sticking out way too far. The paintwork on the head looks atrocious. This picture looks all right. When you go here, this figure's the torso to the chest from the abdomen is very gappy. They got his tattoos and everything. Those look good, but the pins are gigantic. Just like the women's figures. For whatever reason, the pins on the women's figures are massive. The torso looks gappy, like I said. Then we come down here. The bottom part looks alright. It appears they're using a Darby Allin Jungle Boy lower torso, and I cannot pinpoint the upper torso. Somebody commented, who puts a thigh cut inside the shorts when you could easily just make the cut at the bottom of the shorts going into the thigh? It visually does not look well, and you could hide the point of articulation on both legs if you were to switch it down to the thigh instead of cut it halfway through the shorts. This doesn't look good, and you can just go through here and see people talking about they're just not liking it. Obviously, some people do like it. It seems to be a general letdown is the consensus. Unrivaled 14 has been updated, and we'll get into that. It now has Ricky Starks, Keith Lee, Billy Gunn, The Acclaimed, Swerve, and Tony Storm. Then Unmatched 9 has now changed to Alex Reynolds, Claudio, Bryan Danielson, Captain Insano for some reason, Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and Jamie Hayter. Now, that is all that Ringside posted, but you don't want to get all your news from just one person, so let's go over to Fig Heel. So, now you have Blackpool Combat Club, Alex Reynolds, Jamie Hayter, Captain Insano. The original lineup for Unmatched Series 9 was Britt Baker and the Super Elite. All 6 of those were cut. And it seems that they're doing the entirety of Unmatched Series 10 is now Unmatched 9 minus William Regal and adding Captain Insano and Jamie Hayter. Oh, and Tony Storm got switched too. Let's forget about that one. So that seems to be the problem there. And then Unrivaled 14, we now know is the Acclaimed, Swerve and Strickland, or Swerve and Keith Lee, Tony Storm, Ricky Starks, and Billy Gunn. It was originally Orange Cassidy, Trent, Statlander, Hobbs, Swerve in Our Glory, and Ricky Starks. That's not happening. It's now Swerve in Our Glory and Starks, so the 3 on the right, cut the 4 on the left, and they added in the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. And Tony Storm. So, I don't know what they're doing over there. Everything is getting shuffled around 24/7. So, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you guys, but it seems to be very inconsistent. But that is going to be it for today. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're going to buy down in the comments below. And last but not least, take it easy. Thanks.